Bonjour. Hola. This is the only languages I know. Today is the first day of spring semester. Yeah. I was supposed to have an 8 a.m. online class this morning. I woke up early and everything. Set my alarm for 6:45 and everything. Start my day on time. And then they didn't post any of the Zoom information. So I was like, oh, class doesn't exist, which I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm really hoping class exists. I'm already planning to drop one of the classes because it meets on Friday, and who's doing school on a Friday? The whole reason to go to college is that you make sure you don't go to school on Friday. No. So I'm dropping that one for sure. If I drop that one, I'll be at the bare minimum amount of credits. So if this class that I've already signed up for doesn't exist and ends up being canceled, I'm so screwed. Because I swear, if I have to go to school on Friday, you guys won't hear the end of it. The complaining will be next level. I think I'm excited about the classes that I picked. 9:30 I have a screenwriting, my first screenwriting class. That's the first class of my major. I'm a screenwriting film major. Jesus, can I get this open? This will be my first class in writing and screenwriting. I hope that I vibe with the instructor. The instructor could really make or break a class, especially a class that's for my major. So I'm just really hoping that the instructor doesn't make me hate my screenwriting class. I have a history of film class. That class I'm not excited for. I don't really care about the history of film. I'm not in history, I'm in the now. So if I could pick and choose, I would not take that one. And I have to take it twice. I have to take History of Film 1 and History of Film 2, which is it's not my vibe. We're gonna go into it with an open mind. And also the class that was supposed to meet at 8 a.m. today, I'm hoping that it still exists because I kind of am interested in the contents of it. It's a history class, and I really like history classes. And it's titled People, Power, and Politics. And I love political classes and classes about empires. I love learning about government systems, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Should I do some concealer? Or is that extra? I'll do some concealer. Why not? Let's go to school, bitches. I finished my class and I was gonna walk to get bubble tea as a reward. And then I walk out and it's snowing and I have no umbrella. And I'm like, when did the weather say it was gonna snow? I'm alarmed. Vitamin C is one of the nastiest things I feel I ever have to drink, but it helps your immune system fight anything, I guess. Why do I look bald? Little debrief on class. 4 hours long. I give it a 10 out of 10 so far. I haven't had to do essential work yet, but it's a screenwriting 101 class. The teacher is cool vibes. He's very strict on lateness and attendance. But that's also because it meets once a week. So I feel it's kind of understandable. He's one of those teachers that are to be early is to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. He's one of those, but not in an annoying way. It's more of just to just show up on time. Looking forward to it. It was a big class. Normally for film majors, I always assume that we're the least concentrated major of people, unless you go to USC and it's the top film program. So I always expect my classes to be 7 people maximum. There was like a lot of people there. Why do I look, no, like I look genuinely bald. Can you like stay over there and like maybe I won't look bald over there? I don't know. I felt slightly judged for the fact that I've never seen Toy Story because I guess we're doing some like reading on Toy Story. And it's not that like I don't know what Toy Story is. Like, of course I know Toy Story. Of course I've seen Toy Story. But never in my life have I sat down and watched a Toy Story movie from start to finish. Like, of course I've seen it pop up on Disney Channel, like when I was a kid. I would just always click off. Like, I was never intrigued. So, on that basis, I've never seen a Toy Story movie, like, from start to finish. I've seen clips, and I know the premise, but I've never seen one. So, I was the only one in the class that's never seen a Toy Story movie, which is sounding very pick-me. It's sounding very pick-me. And I really hope I didn't come across as, like, oh my god, pick me, like, I've never seen a Toy Story movie. Like, it's literally not that. It's literally not that. But it sounds like that, but it's not that. He said we're gonna be writing 2 screenplays throughout the semester. And I, like, really like writing. I don't do it as much as, like, a hobby as I used to, because I feel like YouTube and stuff like that has become my hobbies. But I really love creating stories and, like, creating characters. Like, it's what I've been doing since I learned how to write in English. I've been like writing stories. I'm intrigued by it and I want to be able to write for television, possibly movies. I don't know, you guys know I'm not a big movie fan, but possibly write for movies, but mainly write for television. Thanks for coming to my rundown of the first day of school. Woo! Yay! We had lasagna for dinner last night and it was not too shabby. It was pretty good. It was from Costco. So like we didn't make it. You just like pop it in the oven. There's also a ready-made Caesar salad to make it a little bit more balanced. I actually don't feel like eating this. So like I think we might actually pass. Here's my lasagna. It's definitely not gonna be enough food to fill me up, but I have to share with my mother. So I can't eat all of it, you know? I'm normally very selfish with my leftovers. Like I like to designate these leftovers are absolutely for me because I'm the type of person, I don't share food. Like, unless we're going out to a restaurant and like we're picking and choosing, that way we can all try different things. If somebody made a bowl of pasta and I sectioned off like my 4 portions worth of a bowl of pasta for my leftovers and somebody eats my pasta, I'm livid. I'm livid. And it used to be a lot worse when my brother would still live at home. He would just go in, like he had no remorse, and he would just take my leftovers, and it really put a strain on our relationship. Like I had no trust in him. I would hide food from him. I would hide food from everybody. Secured my bubble tea from the nice warm comfort of my mother's car. But she got one too. You got her hot coffee boba, and I got the 𝐤𝐬𝐢𝐧 green tea, bubble tea, no milk, lychee jelly, and boba. What a nice life. She didn't put ice in it. I didn't even say
no ice.
No ice.
Oh my god, this thing is large.
I know. They normally don't ask the sizes when you get hot, so I was like baffled.
And they asked and you said
They asked and I said, because you normally get a large drink.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Now you're just being delusional. You know my trials and tribulations. It's been months and months and months. We're still not driving. I've gone on a driving hiatus. I just go back and forth. I'm gonna get it done. It's just like, do I want to get it done? No. But one of my words for this year was discipline. So I guess it's like working out. I think learning to drive in New York sucks. Because everything's so close together. But
you already know to drive. You just need to go get your license, which means taking a 5-hour test, which I guess that does suck.
Oh, I forgot I need to take the course.
Yeah,
I need to take the course.
That's all you really need to do, which I don't know if they have that in other states, so I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, the course is probably the easiest part. I just do that online, whoop-de-whoop, put it in.
I mean, your incentive should be like If you don't do it, you're gonna have to start all the way over with a permit and everything. So that's why I keep nagging you.
What is wrong with you? I was gonna go to the gym today, but Lucy, come on now. But honestly, I set myself up to like, it's not happening. It's not happening. Like, I think the gloominess really just like set me off. I had a whole plan that like Lucy, you're flashing them. Can you sit down? I had a whole plan that once I left class, I was gonna be like so productive and like go get my boba, go get food, go to the gym. And then it like started freaking snowing out of nowhere. And I'm just like, that was so uncalled for. But at the same time, I'm making excuses and I'm supposed to be disciplined and I'm supposed to do things that I don't want to do because I know they're supposed to benefit me. It's not happening today, but it's definitely gonna happen tomorrow. You guys need to hold me to it. I'm gonna go work out tomorrow if it's the only thing I do. A lot of times when I make YouTube videos, specifically ones where I feel like are New York centric, I get very insecure, and not necessarily insecure, maybe it is an insecurity, but like I get like uncomfortable sometimes sharing my life in New York and like labeling it as a life in New York, because if somebody were to watch me and I never told them I lived in New York, they would probably think that I lived in like Alabama. They would probably think that I just lived in some random small town and lived this random small town life, which my life is very random and very like mundane and regular. But I feel like the way that the media and even like influencers and like the internet portrays New York as like this fast-paced, hustle bustle, crazy, like eccentric, electric place. And I'm like I've been here 20 years and like my experience has not been that. My experience has been very like similar to like a slow-paced, regular, like we're all not Carrie Bradshaw. And I feel like people on the internet make it seem like we're all just Carrie Bradshaw living in a Manhattan walk-up apartment and like going to eat at cafes every day. Like that's me on the weekend, sure. But on a regular basis, I come home to the home that I live in with my mother because cost of living here is atrociously disgusting. I think I'm insecure about the fact that like people will think that I'm boring or that like my New York experience isn't entertaining enough of a New York experience. And I always feel like I need to like overcompensate to entertain. And I feel like, oh, like if I lived in Manhattan or if I did more stuff in the city, my New York City life would be more entertaining. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to keep adding to this narrative that like everybody in New York lives in Manhattan. There's literally 5 boroughs. There's people in Queens, there's people in the Bronx, there's people, damn, no, don't, actually, I'm gonna stop listing them, because when I list something that's not even a borough and y'all come for me, that's gonna be really embarrassing. Like, I understand why Manhattan is so glamorized and everybody wants it. Like, I even want that lifestyle, but that lifestyle is not, that lifestyle is not attainable for everybody. And I'm telling you from somebody that's lived here my entire life, Manhattan has always seemed like another world to me, because I know you have to make some bankity bank to be living comfortably in Manhattan. And when I say comfortably, like roaches aren't crawling through your walls, the ceiling isn't crumbling in from your apartment, you know? So I don't know. I feel like you guys always say that, you know, you like to see my perspective on New York, but sometimes filming it and I'm just like filming my clips of like me in my kitchen eating my lasagna and I'm like, why? Just like me in my own head being like, oh, my life isn't entertaining enough. When like, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be entertaining. Not everybody's life is super entertaining and super eccentric. And I think when people think that like, oh, you're an influencer, you live in New York City, you do da 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 da, but like, I do majority of the same things that I did before I even started a YouTube channel, you know? I still go to school. I still live with my mom. My mom still pays for my groceries. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't made those big steps yet. I haven't, Nor. My screenwriting teacher, he was telling us a little bit about his background and stuff like that. And he told us that basically he taught at NYU before. He has like all this experience in the industry. Like he's written for television, he's written for film, he's worked on sets, all this stuff. And then he taught at NYU and now he's teaching at my school, which my school is like a city college. Like it's a city college of New York. So anybody who is a resident of New York is supposed to, not necessarily could go for free, but It's supposed to be a more affordable option with more opportunities for like people that can't necessarily afford like an Ivy League or something like that. So he was basically saying, you know, take advantage of this opportunity. Like, he was like, I didn't change the curriculum at all. So you're getting an NYU level education for the price of a city college. Don't take that for granted. And it was like interesting to think about, because I think the stigma of like needing a big name attached to your degree has like gone down a bit. And that's not to say like it's not important to like for people to like work hard to like get into a Yale or get into a Berkeley, because like that literally could be some people's dreams. Like some people's dreams literally, like their father went to Berkeley, they need to go to Berkeley, all this stuff. But I think the stigma of looking down on people that either go to community colleges, city colleges, or stay in their own state to go to college is decreasing, because we're understanding that like no matter where you go, you're getting an education. And no matter where you go, the teachers that are teaching you are hopefully experienced enough in their field. My screenwriting teacher is experienced enough to have the credentials of an NYU teacher, which you would think is like supposed to be like this. Well, it is this big thing. Like it's this big, huge thing. But it's like that's not only a resource that you could get at NYU. I just thought that was interesting, because when I was applying for college, and I don't know if any of you are applying for college, I didn't look at like city or state schools at all. Like that wasn't, I didn't apply to any at all. Like I knew I wanted to go out of state. I knew I wanted to go to a school with a big name, whether it was an HBCU or like USC or UCLA. Like those were my top schools. And I really wanted to go, yes, because of the programs they had, but also just because like the name and like the hype around them, like everybody knew it, like it was so exciting, all of this stuff. But now I'm starting to realize that like, you know, it's not like I would have been less happy if I went to a USC or a UCLA. I probably would have been living it up, you know what I'm saying? But my life isn't any worse off because because I'm in state now. You know, like I kind of had the best of both worlds. I went to Howard, I went out of state, I went to DC, I lived that experience, wasn't for me, I came back, and like I feel like this one is like more for me. I feel like when people see like, you know, I always look at like day in the lives of like people in like NYU and stuff like that, because like their lives just seem so interesting, because I do think NYU is a very interesting place. When I was applying to college, I never had an interest in NYU just because I knew it was pretty out of touch. Like I got good grades, but my SAT scores weren't out of this world. My extracurriculars weren't out of this world. The most I had going for me was like affirmative action, and then if I got in on the basis of like good grades and like mediocre test scores, then like paying for it would have just been, I would have been in debt. Absolute debt, like deader than debt of debt. So it was just like it was not in the cards. It was not in the cards for me. And I feel like I feel like even now still I kind of like look at NYU, Parsons, FIT students that like go to school in Manhattan and they live this like crazy fun life, and it's like kind of envious, but I don't know. I feel like that's to say like you can't have a good, you know, like you could get the same education anywhere else. What you make it, which like sounds stupid as hell, but I guess it is. And it also just literally depends on what you're going to college for. You guys know months ago, like probably 3 months ago, I was shitting on college. I was like, what is the point of this? Why am I in this bullshit? I'm literally just getting my degree to appease to my parents. But now I'm happier than ever that I'm in school, and I wouldn't drop out, even though I'm pursuing kind of like a creative arts degree that I probably like could get into my field just based off of connections and networking. I'm valuing my education a lot more, and I feel like I'm elevating for my education. So like even though my career path doesn't necessarily require college, and the people that hire me probably aren't gonna give a crap about where I went to school, I feel like this part of the journey, this is what they talk about when you can't look forward to the end product, you have to look forward to the journey. This part of my journey, I am enjoying. I am enjoying broadening my education. So, but like, not everybody's gonna give a damn about that, and you don't need to give a damn about that. Don't let anybody tell you you need to give a damn if you don't want to. Like, you can literally do whatever the hell you want, unless it's murder. Don't do that, that's weird. Like, no. On the grounds of things that are legal, you can do whatever you want. Was this supposed to be a pep talk? I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna watch All American. hoodie, different pair of shoe pants. There are absolutely no groceries in my house. Like, we've run out of eggs, bacon, everything under the sun that you need to make a meal. So I'm heading to Target because normally like my mom and I go grocery shopping together on the weekend, but we're definitely not gonna last all the way to the weekend. Hopefully I don't have to wait too long for the bus because it's a little windy today. Done with Target. I got some Starbucks. So now I'm gonna catch the bus and go back home because it's way too windy. They were like really barren. I guess like I went on an off day.
Like a lot of smoke.
Your reactions to things are so hilarious. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, like, no, this is not okay. And then you look and you're like, oh. It was like, you definitely like react. What's react and then, what's the opposite of react? I don't know. You definitely react
and then process.
Yeah, you react first and then process like a good like 70 minutes after. Yeah, you would be a terrible poker player because you would wear your everything on your face.
As children to take as Bible. I think there are some things. The first thing that we were told as kids is that we must not. Some researchers argue that gossip helped our ancestors survive. Just because they're human, adults are human, just like us. Completely different.
First time I'm feeling like I'm having like a moderately balanced breakfast that isn't Eggo waffles, syrup, and like a hint of egg. And like while that's good and dandy and like that's my vibe, I start to get like sick of it and I crave like real food sometimes. So part of my reasoning for going to Target was that I wanted to get some like real substantial food and also food that's more like healthy, because I do like healthy eating when it's good, and I like wholesome eating when it's good and stuff like that. So I got some hummus. This is olive hummus. And then I got these bagel thins. I'm excited about these because I can never finish a whole bagel and it makes me feel too full. So this is an everything bagel thin version. So I still get the taste of a bagel, but like I don't have to get super full. And then I'm gonna spread some hummus. Fuck, I dropped it. Oh my god. I'm gonna spread some olive hummus on it. And then I made myself like a little veggie egg vibe. And I feel like this is gonna be the best breakfast that I've had in months. Because although I love like breakfast food, like sweet foods, like pancakes, eggs, bacon, syrup, sausage, like all that stuff, like I feel like I always feel kind of nauseated after I eat it. like after I eat a pancake or like 3 pancakes and like a bunch of syrup, I feel less fulfilled. I don't know. It's like a weird feeling that I get. But whenever I eat savory stuff, like I'm wholeheartedly like a savory person over a sweet person. Like if somebody was like, pick savory or sweet for the rest of your life, I would pick savory 20 times over. Cause how the hell am I gonna give up pasta for like a cookie? You know, like there's no comparison. Giving up pesto pasta for, no, doesn't make sense. Sometimes I just crave like a savory breakfast. But when I went to Target, they were like kind of like lacking in some stuff. I feel like it's because today's like a Thursday. It's like a slow day. So they were like restocking. They didn't have like bacon, sausage, stuff like that. But I guess we're going like a vegetarian route today. I'm excited about my eggs though. I hope I didn't make too much. Here they are. I added tomato, spinach, orange peppers, and mozzarella cheese. Good vibes. I feel like I'm gonna make it like a sandwich. Just gonna plop it on it. Yeah, I feel like I could have just done less. Now I know, you know? Now I know. Also, since when is Target so expensive? Like, Target food was wildly expensive. When I used to live alone and I would have to shop for my groceries at Trader Joe's in DC, that was like the most affordable grocery shopping I've ever done. Like I feel like Trader Joe's is like kind of thought of to be like pretty expensive. I feel like just because they have so much eclectic stuff. But I find that like if you're a person living alone, not if you're like a huge family, then I feel like it's just not, it's really made for people like in their 20s that are into like lemon lime marinated chicken, and they give you like they'll give you like one piece of chicken that's good enough for like one person and like a day of leftovers, you know? Like it's really good for people that live alone and that only have to feed themselves. And I feel like it's very affordable because like I would spend $60 worth of groceries and that would last me like 2.5 weeks because it's like just me. So I don't know, Target was a lot. Like today I spent $50 and like my mom was calculating and she was like, yeah, no. Like, the vegetables that you bought did not need to be that expensive. So they need to open up a Trader Joe's. Actually, no, they don't. Because, I mean, gentrification. But, like, I don't know. Like, I just want a Trader Joe's. I just want a Trader Joe's. My bald head is back. This is really not a flattering way to wear my hair. Like, you could just slap my forehead. What? Anyways, I completely forgot that I had wanted to go to the gym. And I was like, you guys need to hold me accountable. You guys were slacking off a little bit. I didn't feel a lot of accountability there. You know, I didn't feel very held to an accountable standard. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym because I was gonna start reading this book, but instead I'm gonna be disciplined and I'm gonna do what I don't want to do first. Like, I need to figure, why do I look, did I always look this bald?